Hey everyone, welcome to Relatively Refined. My name is Paula. Well, today I am in the kitchen and we are putting together some homemade gifts that anyone would love to find under their Christmas tree. I've got candied oranges, homemade vanilla, and a fun and easy DIY craft that looks very high-end. I'm putting all of these things together into gift baskets for my sisters to put under their Christmas trees. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around and let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decant my homemade vanilla. Now, I started this vanilla back in the summertime. It's best if you can start it in July or even June because it needs 5 or 6 months to kind of just sit and get, all good and vanilla-y. So I'm going to decant this into little glass jars. I purchased these jars from Amazon, and I will link all of this in the description box below. But they come with the jars and they have the little rubber gaskets, and then it comes with a little funnel that you can use to decant the vanilla. So these are all clean and washed, and I'm just simply going to pour the vanilla into these jars. So I'm going to just turn you down here so you can see me doing this. And then the jars also came with these little labels and this chalk pen, so I can label it. But you can see how nice and dark this has gotten from sitting in my pantry all summer and then through the fall up until now. So I'm going to carefully pour this into that jar. And then one more. I'm going to make a jar for my mom and my 2 sisters. They all really enjoy this vanilla. All right. I put this over in the sink. Now that it is decanted, these jars have, that little rubber gasket. You can seal them up. And I will label them. I just used the labels that came with the jars to label them, but if you wanted to get fancier or you had a Cricut machine or you were skilled artistically, or you could even get some labels online to print out and make into tags to make them look even a little bit more high-end, you could certainly do that. But these labels work just fine, and I thought they looked really very sweet on these bottles. So I will pack these away and get them ready to ship out to my sisters and my mom. All right, the next project is chocolate dipped candied oranges. I was paging through a magazine and looking online for different fun kind of food gifts, and I saw these chocolate glazed oranges, but they were $46 a box, and I thought I could probably make them for far less. And it was actually quite simple. All I did was get some oranges, give them a good wash, scrub the outside because you are going to be eating the peel eventually when these are done. And then I sliced them into uniform slices, probably about a quarter of an inch thick. You don't want to go much thicker or much thinner than that. Then I simply made a simple syrup, which is 1 part water to 1 part sugar. In my case, I did 2 cups of sugar and 2 cups of water. And what you're going to do is bring that to a simmer over medium heat, stirring it around until the sugar is completely melted and it starts to bubble. Once the sugar, the simple syrup is bubbling, you just add in your orange slices and you let that simmer for about 40 minutes. I put a timer on Alexa so that I would not forget, but you can leave them, on a simmer for about 40 minutes. And then you take them out and put them on parchment and let them dry. If you want to speed up the drying process a little bit, you can put them in a very low, like 175-degree oven for about 20 minutes, or you can simply leave them out on the counter. And then I melted some chocolate, just some regular milk chocolate in the microwave, in 30-second increments. And then I just took the uh, glazed oranges or the candied oranges and dipped them in the chocolate about halfway up. And then once I had dipped all of the orange slices, I sprinkled a little bit of sea salt onto the chocolate. I always think that chocolate tastes a little bit better when it has a pinch of salt added to it. And that was that. Now, the next one is a Pottery Barn candle dupe. That's our next project. And I was looking at the Pottery Barn catalog and I saw these adorable candles with the little red bows on them. But they were at the time $24.50 and on sale for $17.50 for the pair. And I thought I could probably dupe those for a lot less money. So I got these little wax sticks. They're called wiki sticks. They use them in schools. The kids can form them into little pictures and make pictures out of them. But I ordered them on Amazon, and I will link them below. And I simply took some of the little tiny strips and cut them in half. And then I'm going to use those strips to make little red bows. And I picked up those taper candles at Walmart. I think they were, I think I got 4 candles for under $4. So much less expensive than $17.50 a pair. So what I did was I warmed up the little wax sticks in my hands to get them pliable. And then I just simply formed them into little bows. So I made several of the bows, and once I had all of the bows formed, I laid them out on the candle tapers themselves, kind of to adjust the spacing. And you'll see me here in a minute. I kind of fiddle around with them to get the spacing just so. And once I had the bows in position and spaced apart the way I wanted them to, I simply took my hairdryer and I held the hairdryer onto the candle and the little bows to kind of just melt them ever so slightly. That way it kind of melted both parts together, and then when they cooled, they were firmly adhered to one another. And then I did the same thing for the second candle so that I had a pair. Now, one tip I will give you is when you're spacing out the bows on the second candle, lay the first candle next to it so that the bows are spaced in the same spot. So if you have them in as a pair in candlesticks, they will be symmetrical. And then here I am doing the same thing on the second candle, just giving it a little hot air with my blow dryer to slightly melt both the bow and the candle so that I could just tap them together and affix them. And when they dried, they were firmly adhered. And I think they turned out so cute and for much less money than $17.50 a pair. They probably cost me less than $2 a pair. And then I had some cream colored tapers, and I used the green wax to make cream and green tapers. Those will be going to my sister Patty. I think those will look perfect in her house. And then my sister Kathleen's house, I think the red and white. And here you can see how I have them styled in my own home. I made myself a set. And I think they are simply darling. And can we get a drum roll, please? I am about to announce the winner of our 10,000 subscriber giveaway. We got so many comments, but we used a random comment picker, and the random comment picker picked Kathy Schultes. Kathy, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Congratulations. If you want to send us an email at relativelyrefined@gmail.com with your mailing address, we will happily ship out your 10,000 subscriber giveaway prize. Congratulations, Kathy. And thank you to everyone who left such kind comments on our 10,000 subscriber milestone. We appreciate you and could not have done it without you. I hope you enjoyed spending part of your day with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you'll give some of these gifts a try. They're super easy to make, and I know that anyone who receives them will really enjoy them. Also, I'm curious, are you making any gifts for friends and family? Let me know in the comments below what you're making. And if you've made it this far in the video and you don't want to leave a comment, but you want to let me know that you're here, and I do want to know that, then go ahead and drop an orange emoji in the comment section. That really does help out our channel, and it tells YouTube to send it out to other folks who might be interested in this comment. All right, everyone, that'll do it for today. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.